Hello, friends and neighbors. What we got going on right now is we are about to chamber a new barrel, and I thought I would just show a little bit of the process and the intricacy of getting it accurate and dialing everything in. Anyway, so I just turned down what's called the tenon right here in this area, which is where I'm going to thread the chamber end of the barrel, which screws into the action. And after I turn it down, see what we got is we got it supported with a 4-jaw here with a piece of about 6-gauge copper wire to grip the barrel, because we don't want to mar up and scratch the barrel with these steel jaws, so we use copper to hold onto the barrel. But also on this end of the barrel we have a four screw spider, 1, 2, 3, 4, which we also dial in and indicate on the bore only. Now, after I just turned the tenon, now I am double checking to make sure that the bore is still in line and that this copper didn't crush under vibrations and whatnot. Because once I start to chamber, I don't want the bore to be out of center, which is non-concentric. We want everything this turned down concentric to the bore. The threads turned down concentric to the bore. The chamber reamed concentric to the bore. So I'm going to rotate the barrel by hand. Sorry for all this movement, but I have to move while I'm positioning. Anyway, so we're going to watch this dial indicator. I don't know if we can see it very well. Let me get in a position that at least you can see the needle. And this is a federal test gauge that is measuring in 1/10,000th of an inch per increment. So we see these large numbers. The large numbers have 10 indications in between each large number. So each large number is 1/1000th. Now we're going to see the needle move. That's jumping every time it hits a land. And then it'll jump back down when it hits a groove. Jump up on a land. It's about 3/1000ths depth per land. Jump down on a groove. Jump up on a land. It's a 4-groove barrel. So what we want to see is that that needle jumps down to within 1/10,000th every single time. And that means it is indicated within 1/10,000th of concentricity. Okay, so it is. It's good. I already double checked this end. I don't like having my fancy, nice, expensive indicators hanging off the end of the lathe while I'm working and turning and burning. So I'm going to back this out now. A little hand wheel. Let me just back this now, nice and smooth. Alright. Now it's out. We can move it back a little bit. And we will reposition this indicator out of the way. Alright, so now what I'm going to use is my Mitutoyo digital micrometer gauge caliper thingy. And what I wanted, okay, we'll go over here. We've got on the whiteboard. See, what I got is everything all specced out like a blueprint as far as my shank length for that tenon, my threads per inch, everything's all measurement and dialed in and stuff like that. So what I want is right about 889, which is what the original barrel was when I unscrewed from here. And what I got is darn close enough. Can we see it? Is 888. Okay, couldn't see it. 888, 886. Now we're going to compare this with my old barrel here, which I chopped off about an inch, no, half inch, chopped off half inch, and then picked up the threads and continued the threads just for practice to make sure the lathe was all dialed in and tight, which it was. So we decided to go ahead and do a new barrel. So now we got 889, that's good. We're going to check this thread dimension on the outside, which is, I want 1.062, but this has been sanded down since I threaded it, so 1.058. Let's see if we got a 1.062, 1.063. And after I thread, see, the tops of the thread are very sharp, so I'll take a file and some sandpaper and sand that down to where the threads aren't sharp. Cut your finger and stuff when you're screwing things in. So the tops of the thread will be nice and flat. And the other thing that I just checked, which I kind of like, is a recoil lug. Okay, the recoil lug fits over this, and this is darn near almost a press fit right now, which it's nice and tight. I can't really push it on any further, but until I sand it about 1/1000th of an inch. So this will fit the barrel shank perfectly. Now we noticed this was about 4/1000ths underneath the size of the other tenon, and this just slips right on. So all we have to do after we're done threading is take sandpaper to this, smooth that outer finish up after it's been cut, and this will fit on nice and perfect, and then thread right into the receiver. Alright, we'll talk to you later after we do some more.